So we're going to do this in English. Mariana, please come to us. This is Mariana Gulevich. She is the event coordinator at America House.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great pleasure to see you again here at America House. Yes, my name is Mariana. I'm events coordinator here. It's so great and it's so amazing to see your faces here. And I think yesterday was quite cool day and we had the first winner. And I hope today will be exciting as well. And I hope that you will have a very productive day. Good luck to you all and let the best team win this competition.
Thank you, Mariana. Thank you. So, dear participants, dear jury, dear guests, if you still don't know me, my name is Natalia Shkurka, and I'm the project manager at the Institute of Civic Education and Public Programs. And on behalf of our organization, ICEP, I'm happy to welcome you here at our final event of Diamond Challenge Ukraine. Let's applaud to this. So today is the day, like very exciting one, when we're gonna find out who will be the winning team, who will get the prize of $1,000 and chance to present their concept on the worldwide finals and take part in Youth Entrepreneurship Summit in April at the University of Delaware. So the prize is great, I think, and I hope that you will do everything you can to win this prize, right? But the winner will be just one, so unfortunately. So we started Diamond Challenge 3 years ago in Ukraine. And with every year, we have more and more participants each season. And this year, we have two tracks. The final pitching of the business innovation track was yesterday. And we already have one team who's going to go to the Delaware. And today, we're going to find out who out of 10 best talented teams of high school students will get the prize. I don't know, I'm so nervous. I can imagine how nervous you are. But anyway, our project wouldn't be full, I would say, without the support of our partners, of course. First of all, we'd like to say big thanks to the Embassy of the United States, who is funding this project, and thanks to the support of which we could train you, we could find you consultants, we could help you in any way we could. So thanks to them, let's applaud to them. I'd like to say big thanks to the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Thanks to their support, informational support, we could distribute the information about this amazing opportunity for teenagers around all Europe. So, Europe, Ukraine, and I hope that in Europe too. Like in Europe, is gonna know about the Diamond Challenge Ukraine. So let's applaud to the Ministry of Youth and Sports. So, and big thanks to our partner at Peace Corps Ukraine. This organization is an inevitable part of our project for the second year already. Our amazing volunteers work with you as mentors, advisors, live judges, online judges, so let's applaud to them as well. And of course, big thanks to America House for letting us host our events here, second year in a row. Mariana and Sasha, who is in charge of all technical equipment and our online streaming, so let's applaud to them. So we said all big thanks to all our partners. And now we're gonna start our pitching. But at first, I would like to acknowledge people who are here to judge your concept. So here are 5 amazing professionals that are gonna evaluate your concepts and we're gonna give you their feedback. So Alexander Tsepko, PSD expert and head of initiative of European Union Mayors for Economic Growth. youth development volunteer at Peace Corps Ukraine, and the owner and founder of Private Youth Center in the US, Kelly Moorhead. Ukrainian investment banker, social activist, founder, and president of Ukrainian investment company AC Capital, which is the member of AC Group, co-founder of Union of Ukrainian Entrepreneurs, Maria Barabash. Founder and CEO at Rehabilitation Center for Kids with Disabilities, Samotushka, Andriy Ivchatov. And we've announced participation of Barry Reid, chief of the party of USA Dobra program, but unfortunately he needed to go to his business trip. And we have Bogdan Kilichavy from the local economic development team. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to welcome all of you here. If you are here, it means that you care about our young generation and you're going to help them to pursue their dreams, right? So let's applaud again to our judges. So, and now, this is the moment when we will start our pitching. But at first, we need to find out the order of your pitches. You came to us and you came to us and asked about your own order, but we decided that to be honest, to be objective to everybody, you're gonna pick your order by yourself. So please, just one representative of each team will come to Victoria. Oh, wait a second, I don't have my list. Just keep the number with you, and I'm going to ask you, okay? Mariana, you're going to be the first one, so just, yeah. Oh. You may take your seats. I'm going to ask you. So due to some circumstances, we're going to have the first team reproject, right? So the second one, who? Organic Park Green Kingdom. The third one? Fourth? Fifth? Sixth? You have a dot?
It's 6. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. 6 gonna be Green City. 7. 8. And 9 Rehab Box. And last but not least, amazing. Are you happy with your order? Yes. Amazing. I was sure about that. So before we start with the pitching, I would like to remind you the rules. The rules is very important point. So your pitches are strictly limited to 5 minutes. You're going to see the screen with the remaining time over here. If you don't have enough time and you still did not finish pitching of your concept, that's very unfortunate for you, because when the music starts playing, it means that your pitch is over and you cannot add anything. Thank you, Sasha. After that, and of course you're going to do this in English, so, but I guess you know about that already. So after that, we're going to give 5 minutes for judges to ask the questions there. We would like you to ask questions, then to do this in English, and they will answer you. Yesterday, the teams did their great job, so I'm sure that our teams today will gonna do the same. So here you can do whatever you want. I mean, like, wisely. But just be creative. Try not to worry. I know that it's impossible to do so, but still, keep cool, and everything's going to be fine. So at first we'll have five pitches, and after that we're going to have a small break for the coffee and some snacks, and after that we're going to come back to listen to 5 another pitches, right? After that, I will ask to proceed, our judges to proceed after Victoria. Victoria, show your hand. This is Victoria. She's going to show you the room where we're going to calculate your scores, and we'll find out who will be the winner. So I guess this is it. And let the best win, right? Yeah. So who is the first one? Girls? Let's greet our first team. Yes, please, just come here. Try to check everything. The clicker.
Okay.
Wait a second. Just wait a second. Girls, we're going to pick up the team in their project, which is called RE project. We're going to pick up the team of abandoned buildings in Kyiv city. So,
thank you.
Your 5 minutes.
Started, yes. Fine, okay, thank you. Unwanted scenes tell stories that no one else can tell. Unseen people can reach a great success. We are a project, and we're here to give you an opportunity.
America House is located almost in the center of Kyiv. If you go outside and come down the street to the Maidan Nезалежності, you'll see a lot of abandoned buildings just beside you. You're in danger every second you stay nearby. Statistics are shown here. You may be bitten by rats, dogs, or other animals, and you may get sick soon from an infection provided by rats.
We want to share you another important idea. Do you know that 80% of people with disabilities in Ukraine are people of working age? And still, government didn't see the full problem and didn't do anything about it. And here we to give you a solution for it.
We want to revitalize an abandoned building into co-working and hard hub and create a universal pattern which can be used later for the same aim revitalization in Ukrainian cities. Unique feature is that our building transformer can be used by freelancers, artists, musicians, and other interested people at day to work, study, educate, and communicate. At evenings and nights, we're going to hold concerts on the 2nd floor. We expect to give the members of minority groups and people with disabilities a chance to work as a team member in our co-working or as a member of sustainable art project or revitalizing musical instruments.
As you can see, here is the plan of our 1st floor. And for our first evening, we are planning to give around 25% of all of it to charities. But in the future, we're going to give it around 30%.
As you can see at the slide, we highlighted 3 main groups of our clients and beneficiaries. The first one is the members of minority group, which can work there. The second one is our activists, musicians, performers, lecturers. And the third one is residents of local district.
Okay, if not us, let's see all we have. First of all, we can convert it to the dwelling house, but let's be honest, we should find people who, first of all, going to live there, and there is much more criteria to meet if you're going to do it in dwelling house. Secondly, we can make it into co-working, but there is a lot of co-workings in Kyiv, and there is no social profit from it. And thirdly, we could just destroy it, but let's see, there is plenty of money to waste for it. And it could have a second life, so why not give it to it? So we're going to ask us, what next?
We decided to make a huge PR company because this problem really needs to be promoted. And this PR company will conclude a photo exhibition, app, and graffiti advertisement.
For now, we are looking for our potential sponsors, and for this summer, we're planning to launch a huge fundraising company to have all money that we need. And as for our first income, as you can see, it's going to mainly come from a co-working. So it's going to be rented by teams or by companies.
Our goal on this stage is to raise money as many as it needed in to finally adapt our plan of revitalization to our nowadays reality. For this, we are looking for projects like ours to learn on their business experience. And of course, we encourage all the teams that are presented today to contact with us because we want to represent other business projects also in our art hub.
We believe that we're going to have a plenty of social impact because, first of all, we're going to start a revitalization process in Kyiv. We're going to create a unique pattern that's going to be used by future volunteers. Of course, we're going to hire members of minority groups, and also we will address an art community of the city with possibility of having a new art space from them and their creativity.
Here, our team, our main goal isn't only to implement project or just pitch it today, but to give everyone else an opportunity to do this with us. Meet Mila, our main inspiration and hard worker, Anastasia, who is experienced in social and ecological projects. She is our advisor, and me. I'm really passionate about the idea of combination art, urban studies, freelance, and diversity. So thank you for your attention. We're ready for your questions.
Thank you. So, dear judges, please, questions? Who's going to be the first?
Thank you very much for presentation, and I have one question. Are you in contact with the United Nations program, just connected with the same goal and targeted on the same audience? Did you thought about that?
Thank you for this question. Yeah, I'm a bit connected with the United Nations programs because I'm a really experienced moon player. Yeah, I have some contacts in this sphere in Ukraine and with we have other companies inside of Ukraine, outside of Ukraine, sorry. And I think that we will work with them because the United Nations programs are a really amazing thing, and I hope that our experience will help us to work with them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Microphone.
much. Indeed, very interesting idea, actually, and it is actual. So the demand is high and will be high, actually. Only one small question. It seems that you have planned around 240 events per year. Doesn't it seem a little bit too much at the beginning? I think that each event needs preparation, etc., etc. So it's just like quite a lot, I would say. What do you think about it? Thank you.
Thank you for this answer. Yes, this quantity can be a little bit overrated, but we're mainly planning not to create it by ourselves, but to host people who want a place to somewhere. For example, I also have experience in projects, and it's usual when I need a place to have this project, I don't have it because not all people will trust a teenager, a scholar who wants to tell another scholars about this problem, but we want to provide them a chance to speak themselves out.
Hi, thank you for your presentation. This topic is quite trendy nowadays, and it's. I'm glad to hear that you're involved in this idea. But I just noticed that you said that there is no social profit from other co-workings, and my question is, what kind of experience do you already have with co-workings? Have you have you considered already, or have you done already some internships or volunteering in existing co-workings in Ukraine or anywhere else? Thank you.
Thank you for this question. I'm a little bit freelancer because I'm a copywriter for a couple of years, and of course I visited a lot of co-workings in Kiev. But the main thing is these co-workings usually are located in the basement, or it's just like a place where you can work, but it's not like they don't really have a really huge social impact. The main idea of our project is to give the abandoned buildings to a new life, and if we combine it with idea of co-working and idea of creation of art hub, it will have a huge social impact, because we talked with local residents, and they really said that an abandoned building is a huge problem in every district in Kiev. And that's why we want to combine these types of freelance and diversity and art projects in one, and to give a lot of new opportunities and possibilities to people. Thank you.
My turn. Thank you for your presentation. For succeed, your project has to have somebody who know how to decide the legal problems with the property rights of these abandoned buildings. What can you say about this?
Thank you for these questions. My father is connected to this sphere of law, and I hope he will help us, because I have already talked to him, and he says that a lot of this building are currently owned by some companies or by some, but not governmental. So we are looking forward to cooperate with them and to have a profit for both of us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, girls. Put the microphone. Dear judges, do you need a couple of minutes to give your scores? Yes? Okay, so we're going to wait. The second team, we would like to ask you to come here and just to check if everything works. Okay. Не так, отак. Почекайте. We wanted to put some music between the pitches, but Sasha told us that it's not allowed.
Why?
Because YouTube's gonna stop our online streaming because of that.
Yeah, right.
So now there's silence. We'd like to welcome the next team, guys from Cherkasy with their project Organic Park Green Kingdom. And they will show you how to create a paradise in a modern urban city where you could catch flashbacks of your childhood that you spent on the backyards of your grandparents. So please welcome the team. Just when you are ready.
We would like to present a perfect way to find your place in eco-world. Green Kingdom is our project's name. Can you remember the last time you visited a park and enjoyed nature in it? Was it a place you could go to with your friends or kids? Certainly, some people in the audience have had such an experience. However, in most cities, local parks look like forgotten and unpleasant sites, with few pedestrians walking around. Despite modern and impressive recreational places are common in southern regions, their cost is not affordable for many cities, and entrance fee is usually too high. Without any penetration of kids into environment, they suffer nature deficit. Cities become gloomy with no green islands. So, what are possible solutions to this problem? Certainly, few citizens can afford trips to the countryside. Moreover, for this generation, excursions appear to be boring and tiring. Our team has designed an eco-friendly park that can be a brilliant way to make one's home better. At this schematic plan, you can see that our creation contains a lot of new and interesting technologies that promote the usage of solar energy, consumption of organic food, animal care, and outdoor activities. Considering in more detail, the usage of solar energy will not only be intriguing for the visitors, but will allow the park to cover the expenses on electricity and heating. Kids will have a better chance to take care of animals and enjoy various games and contests. Definitely, there are already some eco-parks in the world, but we can ensure that our park is a golden mean because of the following features. First of all, its cost is relatively small to other alternatives, and it covers an area which is enough for entertainment. The park can be also sponsored and approved by governmental structures as an example of cultural enrichment and healthy way of life. Obviously, our project is extremely ambitious. Its development implies at least 4 years of productive work and cooperation. But in our calculations, we tried not to forget about any aspect, from the location of the park in the city to the cost of its solar panels, sewer charge fee, salary of the staff. It is quite difficult to provide and show every detail at once, but we collected as much information as possible. Here you can see that we calculated the needed power of photovoltaic systems, plants, and the territory of the park. And in the end, let me introduce our team. My name is Artem. I'm the team leader of the project. My colleague and the team member is Jan, and our adult supervisor name is Tatiana Barabash. Thank you for attention. We are ready for your questions.
Thank you very much. Also very interesting concept. The question is how you're going to generate income for the park. I mean, after it is erased, established, yeah. And how you're going to fund to make it sustainable, so to say?
We have several sources of revenue. First of all, it is an entrance fee for the park, and we also provide some activities in the park, inside the park. So the visitors could make fun there and entertain themselves.
So are you sure the income will just be cost effective, so to say? I mean.
Well, yes, we have calculated that our park will be able to receive needed feedback in 2 years.
I guess it is a very important point for the future. It would be advisable to have it in your presentation, maybe in a more clear way, as a friendly advice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And can you please go once again to the expenses slide, because it was so many information and we didn't get, if possible.
Tasha, please put it.
Oh, well, I actually can cite some information.
Oh, yeah, thank you. We have it. So you have PV power station.
Yes.
Solar panels.
Well, it's
plants.
not.
Okay, territory. So you didn't calculate the income, yes? Only the expenses.
Well, the income really depends on the location of the park and the population of the city. And we have made some calculations in our town, but it is too difficult to provide every piece of information at once.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so for PV power plant, you can get a grant. It can be free of charge. For plants, what kind of plants? So it's different trees, yes?
Yes.
Yes, you cannot get it for free. It will be illegal.
Yeah, just legal ways, please.
Yes. So it will. We have a lot of good farms with the plants. The territory. Yeah, sure. So we've just been to Cherkasy, and there is a lot of industrial zones which is not used properly, but income is missing. I think like you can just take any exact territory and calculate just for approximate. Yeah, we understand it will be very approximate, but you can do that. So it's need to be updated.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, wait a second.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I found it really nicely designed and clear, easy to read. Of course, you were reading all the time, and it was a bit difficult to be focused, to stay focused if you try to catch the audience and their attention, and eye contact would be much more interesting to watch it. But my question is, again, like what Maria just said, that maybe when you're proposing this idea, this covers a huge issue. Like it's a huge problem in Ukraine, these parks, right? But when you're pitching your idea, I suggest that really like you show some location and you tell us like, here, this is the location, and one of the issues would be the legal issue for this land, because there is no guarantee that local government would allow you to build anything on this land, and why would, as potential investors, would we invest in this idea if we have no guarantee that you would be permitted to use this land? Like just some small recommendations, but overall presentation is very interesting, and the idea I really like it. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know, like if you can answer that, maybe reflect somehow. I don't know.
Well, we have searched for some territories perspective for the park, and well, we have it needs.
No, just try. Finish your sentence.
Oh.
Please.
Of course, it needs further research, but we have already seen some sites where our park can be built.
Thank you. Please include them into your presentation next time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Let's just give a couple of minutes to finish the evaluation. Nervous? No? No? That's great. When you want to be in trend, you should look after fashion industry, right? When you want to be not only in trend, but to help environment, you should check the eco-friendly fashion. And the team, No to Mars, from Vinnytsia, will show you how to do this. So please welcome the team.
Not to Mars. Be stylish and be active at the same time. The first problem is excessive consumption, the result of fast fashion. People use only 53% of the clothes they buy. Modern materials almost don't decompose, and to produce them, a lot of chemicals which are harmful to the environment are needed. Global warming, air pollution, respiratory diseases, that is what fashion industry bring the world with tons of clothes. The second problem is non-acquaintance and disinterest of Ukrainians in art. According to a poll conducted among the citizens of Vinnytsia, only 17% of the respondents are interested in painting or other kinds of art.
Our solution is creating of brand which will make a redesign of used clothing using paintings and also production of furniture, accessories, and maybe items.
Business model. People will bring their old clothes into containers which we will install in the shopping malls of Vinnytsia. Then we will sort it. Clothes in better condition will be painted in works of art using thermotransfer printing. Clothes in worse condition will be remade, and with them various interior items such as furniture, accessories for animals, and more will be made and decorated. Afterwards, all the products will be presented at the online stores on Instagram and Facebook. 20% of the incomes will be allocated to the art promotion activities in the city.
We have two target audiences. People who have active citizenship. They are interested in the theme of the ecology and take care of the environment. Support the initiatives that are related to it. Their main social network is Facebook. People who want to dress stylishly and look spectacularly. They are interested in fashion, but they have their own style and are looking for original solutions in clothes, so that they can stand out from the crowd. Their main social network is Instagram. Our potential competitors are online clothing constructors, as they make it possible to buy clothes with any design. Small Ukrainian brand, as they make stylish and original clothes. Big Chinese internet shops, as there can be cheaply purchased clothes for all tastes, and second-hand shops, as there can be easily purchased cheap branded used clothes.
The promotion of the brand will take place on the social networks, Instagram and Facebook, by means of content marketing. The publication of stories of paintings, of artists, interesting facts, news from the world of the art, and also we have plans for creative PR companies which will attract people attention.
We have outside a big, ambitious, but achievable goal to be represented throughout Ukraine, to collect more than 40 tons of clothes each year and have 1 million audience in social networks.
Having made all the necessary calculations, we came to the conclusion that we need $1,400 for start. At the initial stage, the monthly existence will cost $500, and we plan to receive the income of $1,500. Our social impact will be expressed in the amount of collected clothes, the number of sold units, the number of followers in social networks. Also, 20% of the incomes will be allocated for holding events, for raising the level of cultural education in Vinnytsia, as well as for painting murals on buildings in the city by young artists.
As you can see, we all are different, but we have a well-functioning team that has already implemented 3 projects, one of which allowed students of School of Winnica to earn money by selling their used textbooks. So we allowed of theme of ecology and resource distribution.
Good job. Are these your T-shirts that you're gonna?
We already
just tell it.
Cool.
So,
thank you for your presentation. I very much enjoyed it. I'm a huge fan of the arts as well. My question for you is, you talked about collecting your clothing in bins throughout Venetia. What happens to the clothes from that point on? You never talked about how do they get from the bin to production? Like, how does that happen? So you have all these people donating these large amounts of clothes. Where are they stored? And how do they make that transformation to be recycled again and given new life?
We will sort the clothes. Then, as Bogdan said, in better condition will be painted, washed, painted, and represented in online stores in Instagram and Facebook. And in worse condition will be chopped, and with them our items of furniture and interior will fold.
yes, please.
Thank you for your idea. It's great. I have 2 questions. The first one, do you have the further budget not for first several months, as I think? And the second question, what technology, what equipment do you need to produce your T-shirts and other clothes and furniture?
Thank you for your question. We have our own money in cost of $2,000, and we plan to receive the possible money from Diamond Challenge. And the question number 1, number 2, we need thermotransfer printing. And we will cooperate with companies who can offer it to us. And we need just laundry where we could wash our clothes.
Thank you very much. A very creative idea and a very good presentation, I would say. Just a few points and some suggestions. There's certainly a small room for improvement, or a couple of suggestions, actually. First of all, it is not clear your cost-benefit analysis. Could we get back to that slide where you show, yeah, this one. Thank you very much. Just a little bit, not this one. Yeah, monthly expenses, $500, yeah, and monthly
yes.
income, also $500, yeah?
No, $1,500.
My advice would be that you just place it in
it is a mistake because...
but it will improve the quality of your presentation for the future, actually, yeah? And it would be nice. And from that amount, $1,500 per month, you're gonna donate also 20% to something, yeah? As you just declared at the beginning.
Yes.
And can you explain me why? Why you're gonna donate? Yeah? What for? What is the reason? What is your driver to donate?
Because we want to stimulate people to know more about the art and to be interested in it.
Okay, good.
We have another project.
Another what?
Projects.
To donate to another project, yeah? I would advise you to think a bit deeper about this very side of your project, actually, to be more clear in case you get a similar question in the future. Yeah, and I would also say that you define a creativeness of the people as a problem. I think it is strength of your society, of your community. I wouldn't refer creativeness to the problem side. Okay? So
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Well done.
Богдан.
I have no time for a comment, but good job. Yeah.
No, good job.
Thank you.
Maria, do you want to ask something?
No, I had the same question, so thank you for answering. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Good job. Video. Just gonna wait a couple of minutes, okay? Just check everything. More and more people around the world are left without homes. Lack of space, bad environment, no place for living, this is a really big problem for the whole world right now. So every social business that would like to be potential can create innovative houses, and they're going to be in demand. So mixed our next team from Alexandria with their concept Dome.
Hi everyone, my name is Valeria.
And I'm Yana.
Now we want to present you Dome project with aims to change your mind about smart architecture.
Due to Chesnok stats, more than 300 million people face with bad accommodations. What is more, almost 110 million are entirely homeless. Obsolete houses do not satisfy present eco-friendly demands.
Dome is a construction of an autonomous building on the form of a crystal diamonds with glass ceiling, which provides light to pass on the living floors. Diamonds form allows to use light beams as an autonomous source of energy to heat and light the space of the building.
The house has two parts, ground and underground. The upper part of the building is modular glass blocks part, of which is covered with metal lattice with memory. The flux of photons of light passes through glass blocks and gets to the middle of the house, hitting its constructive elements, which in turn begin thermal infracted radiation.
In compartment to usually building dome provide us with high level of efficiency and relatively low price of accommodation at the same time. Moreover, living in dome is environmentally friendly and compatible literally to all social groups.
Actually, there are no direct competitors for Dome in the market, but our research work in field of architecture was based on Jacques Fresco Venus, Project SpaceX Mars colonization, and other environmental smart houses.
Look, the diamond shape is aesthetically perfect. It is so necessary for an urbanized city.
The main product
of the team is architectural projects. We plan to sell them on 3 models, B2C, B2B, and B2G. Building companies will construct municipal and private houses, though the licensing. The cost of 1 square meter will be $135, and 25% of income will solve social and environmental problems.
The full realization on the products will take 4 years, but the primary goal is to create MVP in the next 2 years. This period is necessary for completely testing on the technology, patenting, and advertising.
Valeria, Sofia, Daniil, Svetlana, and me are leaders of the project. Moreover, we have managed to collaborate with more than 15 scientists and teens in the Novator Union to bring these and other mind-blowing ideas to the world.
The Dome is not just a house, it's a smart architectural platform. It aims to bring saving confidence to society and nature. Help us to change this planet for the better. Vote your project. Make the future. Thank you.
Small question. Thank you very much for presentation, and the same question as for the previous teams. Where is income comes from? Yeah, so and the expenses I have, so $145 per square meter. And also for the competitive advantages. So I see, yes, it's very smart, it's very beautiful, but what is it? Is it energy effective, efficient? Is it efficient in some other way? So what is about that? Thank you.
Thank you for question. I understand your question. Actually, it is construction of modular home, which is no need to heat and light. It is actually working with sunlight and sun radiation, and for incomes. Actually, we are selling licensing for building companies, and this is our income. So the building companies will build this house and help people. So this is our answer.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. I really like the idea that homeless people would live in diamonds.
This is so beautiful, actually.
Yeah, so fancy.
Diamond challenge, diamond building.
Yeah, tricky. But you know, like sitting here, I have to be tough. So I'm trying to pretend I'm tough. And you mentioned that 25% of income would go to social and environmental problems. But what kind of problems? Is it just like you mentioned that just to call yourself as a socially responsible business and that's it, or like what's your focus on this problem?
For the first place, we actually invented this construction, and the 25% of incomes will come for phones, and actually we want to we want to help people with some money. So we will give this money, 25%, to phones or other companies.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Wait a second, Alexander.
Still say a couple of words.
Yeah.
A very nice presentation, and your enthusiasm actually is overwhelming. I would say just a couple of good tips, actually. Please be specific and try to identify the problem and statistic on the local level. I understand your ambition to solve the global problems, actually, but start with small projects, actually, which is which will address the needs of your community, of your city, etc., etc. Yeah, and my recommendation would be actually, please, no need to make a very sophisticated presentation. Be very clear about what you're going to say. A very good question, thank you very much, which was clarifying that you possess the technology, you develop the technology, because it was not clear either you're going to construct in this world which is full of construction tycoons, etc., etc. And if you have the technology, good, you may sell it and earn money. But make it please clear in your presentation. Very clear, straightforward. Don't be afraid to use very short but very informative messages in your presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can I ask
yes.
questions too?
Yes, yes.
I didn't get. Are you focused on selling just a plan of these buildings, or you try to build these buildings?
Okay, we are selling documentary for this building, so this is the plans, the costs, or other problems that will get this house, and we sell it for we sell it to building companies that and.
So it's cool to you for you if some developing company will buy just your plans. Yes.
Yes, we are selling only documentary.
Thank you.
Thank you, girls. Please invite me for the opening of the first house, okay? The first diamond house. Maybe we're gonna host our event there, you know? Diamond Challenge in the Diamond Building. So cool. People with disabilities face problems that we sometimes cannot get, but they do deserve to be the full part of the society. And we are in need of modern and innovative ways to help them to be the part of the society. So, and helping people with disabilities can be also profitable. The team, Binkel, will show you how to do that. So meet the team.
Imagine you have a dog named Charlie. Charlie is full of energy with big black eyes, but you cannot even walk him because you use a wheelchair and live in a neighborhood with very few ramps.
The problem is that people with disabilities often do not feel like a part of the community. It doesn't work. Okay, it does. The problem is that people with disabilities often do not feel like a part of the community. They also face lots of mobility issues due to the lack of appropriate infrastructure. Moreover, their caregivers are often tired and stressed as well.
Based on our ideas, we conducted 2 surveys. First, we asked our potential users if they would like to help people with disabilities. Most of them said yes, but they had no idea how. Then we asked people with disabilities what was their biggest challenge. Most of them said it was mobility and communication.
The solution is a mobile application which unites people with disabilities and caring volunteers. A person with disabilities can create a post if they need help, and then the nearest volunteers will be able to see it and can accept their request. For this, they will get points, which later can be exchanged to Binkels merch or coupons, for example.
The main Binkel beneficiaries are people with second group of disability. They can be helped by other people. According to the Ministry of Social Policy, there are about 7,500 people in Chernihiv and almost 1 million people in Ukraine. Also, the World Health Organization estimates that every 7th person in the world has some kind of disability.
So how it actually works. A user registers in the system and is required to watch an introduction video to have the correct expectations about the interactions. Then, if it's a volunteer, he can see the nearest post, or if it's a person with disabilities, he can both see the nearest post and can create his own ones. After the interactions, people can write reviews about each other, and people with disabilities also have an option to pay for their services. In this case, they get matched with a more qualified volunteer who had gone through application process and an interview, and these people will be able to earn money.
From these paid interactions, Binkel will have 20% of every transaction. This will be our main source of revenue. As volunteers, we also have an option to donate the payment received. An additional stream of revenue will be advertising.
For the first year, both for one-time expenses and ongoing ones, we'll need $1,080. During the first year, we expect to make about $1,050, and we also expect 40% growth for year 2 and 100% one for year 3.
Our competitors are divided into 2 categories. Those who help people with disabilities, such as Be My Eyes, and those who allow doing paid tasks to earn money, such as Kabanchik or OLX, for example.
But we are unique because of at least these 3 things. First of all, people with disabilities can help each other. This creates self-worth and also helps them to gain some social networks. Apart from this, RAM construction helps to solve the problem on a system level and helps to have more sustainable impact. Also, online introduction seminar for users have a great impact on the interactions themselves and helps, and also it is a part of our safety policy.
There are 3 of us in the team. We are from 3 different cities and have different personalities. Sofia has previous experience in communication with people with disabilities. I'm a designer, and Svetlana is an award-winning programmer.
Great designer, by the way.
Thank you.
So right now we have 4 partners. Dostupna.ua is our informational partner. Mobility International USA, as well as 1991 Open Data Incubator, help us by mentoring. And also, yesterday we negotiated with one more organization called Let's Help, and they are ready to support us as well.
The first stage of Binkel is launching in Chernihiv. We expect to impact lives of more than 1,500 people. Then during year 3, we will scale to other Ukrainian cities and we'll create a change for more than 5,000 people. And during year 5, we will expand internationally and we'll change lives of more than 32,000 people. Even more people with disabilities will be impacted by using ramps, and most importantly, will make their life easier.
So you can contact us by email, or you can scan the QR code to go to the website. There you'll find a form to subscribe for Binkel's News.
Please finish your sentence.
To subscribe for Binkel's News to get an email as soon as we launch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your impressive presentation, and I would like also stretch that to start with a story. It's a great example. So just for example, for many stories makes interesting. So that I remember that dog with that eyes. So perfect presentation, I see for sure for the design, but for the financial, I do not believe that you can do a mobile application for $200?
Actually, yeah, I can answer this question. So I'm a programmer, and I won several international competitions. So I can mostly do it by myself. Also, I have friends who are also like winners of international competitions from all over the world, and they're teenagers as well. And they can also help in developing, and they just need experience, and they're ready to do this for just few money.
I understand that, but it's not a sustainable model. So I'm sorry, but I don't believe that volunteers will make a professional application with hosting, with everything, with all the details. Like I've been doing like several mobile applications by my company, so it's a tough process. So it's designers, it's programmers, it's many people should be involved. So it's a great idea, but
yeah, we're also thinking about getting involved with some more organizations, for example, IT schools. Like yesterday, Let's Help told us about some of them, and we're going to negotiate with them as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a great idea, I think, but how do you think, how many people will be involved by free doing these tasks, do service, and how many of them will do it by fees?
So the number of people really depends on the year. But we expect that about 20% of the volunteers will be able to get access to the paid tasks. But these volunteers will also be able to do free ones, for example. So about 20%.
And do you want to put some rating scale
yes.
for volunteers to your apps?
Yes, that is why after interactions, people write reviews about each other, and we'll have rating both for volunteers and for people with disabilities, for example, because like people with disabilities will also be able to volunteer, for example.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you very much. A very interesting presentation, both in content and in the format. Well done. Actually, I agree very much to my colleagues saying that please be very realistic in assessing the costs, especially be very critical in assessing the cost and very pessimistic in exaggerating or counting your income. And then it might be a success. But the idea itself, I like it very much, actually. I think the demand is high, and the impact of introduction of this application will be quite high, I think, and you'll do a very good thing to the people of particular groups. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your feedback.
Kelly?
Thank you for your presentation. I just have one question. I'm wondering how you will measure and track your social impact to ensure sustainability of your concept.
Towards sustainability, we're going to build ramps as well. Like 20% of our revenue will go to ramp construction, and it will help to have more sustainable impact than just using interactions, for example, because like interactions are just can sometimes be one time, and also we'll have interest in our profiles. So like people with disabilities will be able to find friends among volunteers as well, and it is also a part of the impact.
Thank you.
Well done. You wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, I want.
Yes. No, ask.
No, I didn't want to ask. I just wanted to comment that seems like you've done a lot of work, like preparing, and you like right away, like when somebody is asking you, you know what to answer, and it's really cool. And your presentation was really impressive, and the way you act is like I like it. I also filled the form in your website, so like you can rely on me as a volunteer. And
Thank you.
I wish you luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, girls. Good job. So, the first part of our pitching is over. You have a couple of minutes to complete this course. And I'd like to invite you for a small coffee break with coffee, sweets, and we're going to meet here at 3 sharp, okay? Does it work now? Yep. Okay. So we need to come back to our pitching and to our 5 themes. Imagine a world without illegal deforestation where every child can plant a tree and look after it. Our team from Kyiv, Green City, knows how to do this. So just meet the team, and you have 5 minutes.
So, hello, I will present you our project Green City. According to the United Nations Summit on Sustainable Development 2015, one of the global goals is to expand the scope for open and sustainable urbanization and the opportunities for integrated human settlements planning. Green plantations are a crucial part of our biological system. Trees are the lungs of our country. They produce oxygen and struggle with harmful emission, making the air cleaner. Since the beginning of 21st century, mass extermination of greenery has begun. Over the past 15 years, more than 1 million trees have been destroyed. Comparing to the norm of vegetation per resident of European country, which is 25 square meters per person, in Ukraine this number is only 14.5 square meters. But according to the strategy of development, by 2025, this number will be increased to 20 square meters per resident in Ukraine. But is it possible with the current pace of total city development? Usually trees are cut down to free the territory so that new shops, entertainment centers, and homes can be built there. The public is actively opposed to the destruction of green plantings, and in Kyiv, scandals keep continuing all over the country. The field of greening in Ukraine is unclear, but it doesn't contribute to the requirements of sustainable development. To deal with this problem, no huge investments are required. The free open data from satellites can be used. So our solution has 2 stages. So the first one is using artificial intelligence methods. We construct a map of the Ukraine and monitor greenery and urban growth on it using neural networks. And the second stage is making an online service on which our results of monitoring will be presented. So the benefits of creating a public online service are the identification of problematic urban communities in Ukraine, the use of open sources of information, comparing public information with alternative from satellites, and public control over the situation in Ukraine. So the first stage our team has already implemented. We have created a map of Kyiv and tested our technique on it based on information from satellite of 2016 to 2018. So these are the maps. And the territory of Kyiv was divided into different types of coverage. These are buildings, trees, grass, water areas, and background. You can see them on the map. And here are the dynamics of this. Here are the dynamics, and as you can see, the number of forests has decreased over the past 3 years. So the second stage of the project is to create an online service that will contain the results of our monitoring. To do this, we need access to the computing resources of Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, and we need to rent a hosting. So these are our expenses. These are for start, and these are long-term expenses. As you can see, there's written that we need to pay salary to 5 people. That will be 3 programmers, 1 PR manager, and 1 bookkeeper. So what will be the source of our income? We will make 2 versions of our online service. It will be one free version with using of data from of a spacecraft Sentinel-2, but it will provide you the image in quality of 30 meters in 1 pixel. And we will make a prime version for people who will need to pay about $10 for months, and they will be given information from other satellites, spacecrafts that will provide image in 1 meter in 1 pixel or even 30 centimeters in 1 pixel. So if you pay, you will get an image of a better quality. So the project doesn't create a huge enterprise, but we provide a cheap solution of the problem of unclearness of ecological situation in Ukraine. And with our online service, people will understand the situation in Ukraine, make some analysis, and can monitor the actual situation in Ukraine. I hope that this project will make our society democratic and transparent, and will make our society also environmental friendly, so people will start caring for environment. So this is our team, and thank you for your attention.
Bogdan, do you have a question? Of course I do. Please.
Really cool. Actually, my background is e-governance, and this is it. And I was just thinking maybe there is a point, and maybe there is a reason for trying to cooperate with some of the local cities, local governments. And if it's not easy to make it here in Kyiv, there is one town in Kyiv region. It's called Nemishaevo. And the head of this town, he is quite young, and he's very electronic service oriented, and they're testing a lot of e-services. And if you're interested in internships or anything like that to continue findings and your research, let me know.
Thank you for your information. And also I would add that I forgot to mention that our target audience will be the government, the civil society of Ukraine, and probably journalists that will spread information about our service.
Thank you.
Could I? Who exactly will be that people who will buy the prime version of your service? Who exactly?
I guess that will be people that need this information for some researches, so that can have.
For example.
A civil society of Ukraine will need it.
Thank you very much. I just have one suggestion for you for Amazon. There is a free of charge service for young entrepreneurs. They give all the service for free of charge. Just I can give contacts of the person. He's Ukrainian. He lives in Luxembourg, but he got a great presentation of one of the forums in Kiev. Thank you for that. So just a small tip for you.
Thank you very much.
Also, a great idea, and I think if there are some improvements, it could be a very competitive concept. Actually, the suggestion is please be very specific about the customers. Please describe this part, because it is absolutely not clear. You see a row of questions has been provoked actually by not clear presentation of the customer side. And I agree with Bogdan, the governmental body in the first turn, or some NGOs or global organizations in environmental sector could be really the customers who will need to get the alternative and objective information about state of play in the green sector, something like this. But please be more specific about it. And a small advice also, when you indicate in your expenses, please also indicate the period they should appear, because you didn't show up very clearly. Thank you very much.
So about our competitors, in Ukraine there is one such the same project. It was made in Kropivnitsky. It's called Green Kropivnitsky, but the information they provide, they use information from the government of the city. So as we know, in Ukraine it may be falsified. So as a benefit of our project, that it's data from satellites that couldn't be falsified. Yeah.
Yes, that's clear.
Yeah.
That's clear.
And
because you need a kind of alternative source of information, actually. And this is a good idea, actually. But you need to identify the customers, the buyers of your product.
So the buyers are, from one side, the government could be buyer, all this, and as well, usual people can buy it. I I don't say that they need to each month pay $10 to keep it going. So like for a whole year, they don't need to buy it. They can buy it just for a month to give very good information, and they can use it once and for their project, or just some ecological caring organizations can pay for it.
Thank you very much. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You know, if to compare 2 days, today is more like a feedback day of judges. Yesterday was a session like a answer and question session, but today is a feedback session. So you're lucky today. Please check the clicker. Put it on the wrong side. No, not this side, like this. Ні, не можна. We have online streaming, and that's why like you need to do it. Yeah, it's just going to be the silence. I have a question to you. Can you remember the last time you've been to the library? Can anyone? Wow. Can you name at least a library where you can not only take books, but also have the event organized, or workshops, or trainings, or meet new people, for example? So, 33rd library, but the girls from Zelenodolsk, they will show you that they don't have such library in their city, and they're going to prove that they can make it happen. So please.
My name is Yulia.
My name is Vika.
We are from Zelenodolsk, and we are the team of the very enchanted and intellectual project Book House Magic of Reading.
While we present you our idea, you can not only go deep into the magic story, but have a look at our pilot gift book box. And hold on to your hats.
In our project, we deal with two general social problems. Problem number one, disability. There are 55 in Ukraine. Every 18th citizen is in Ukraine. In Ukraine, every 18th citizen is disabled. More than 200,000 young disabled people. There are 55,000 such people in the Dnipro region. More than 300 in our city.
No socialization in society, no meeting places, and no work.
Problem 2, we call small city syndrome. In Ukraine, every 5th citizen lives in small city or village. Over 10 million people. In a region, more than 160,000 young people. In our city, more than 60,000 people.
No intellectual development, no meeting places, and no work.
Our decision is to create a free space with a home-like and magic atmosphere for all young people and children who want to relax, read, and communicate.
Our major clients and they as the beneficiaries are yes, age 14 to 35 from our city. Additionally, we work with families, with children, and with third parties. For example, schools, culture, and non-governmental organizations. Our major beneficiaries are yes and children with disabilities.
Book house is a place where people can buy or change books, read the books and relax over a cup of delicious tea or coffee. It is also a meeting places for interesting lectures, smart holidays and magic team nights.
Our services are online and offline book sorter, comfortable reading space, festive gift book box, delicious tea, coffee, breaded sweets in forms of books, restoration of old books, exchange of read book for a new one with a surchange, delivery and car working for special events.
Every day we plan to do something interesting and new. Everyone can come and enjoy of our magic atmosphere. Here is our plan for the week.
Our business model is very simple. According to Ukrainian legislation, we create a commercial social enterprise with a non-profit organization. The sources of income can be divided into market, the sale of goods and services, and non-market grant applications, private donations, and in-kind contributions. The social model of our entity is mixed. We create at least one working place for disabled youth and assign 10% of our profit for needs disabled people.
To start our business, we need such amount calculated in USD dollars for 1 year. For opening is $5,100. For reconstruction, furniture, equipment, and office supplies. Monthly, we need $700 for renting, utility service, salary, and office. Total expenses are $30,500.
Our profit is calculated also for 1 year, but monthly income amount is average. From the sale of the main product, we will get monthly $390. From our main service, we will get monthly $390. From our main service, we will get approximately $700. Total amount after 1 year is $13,584.
We have an experience. We have been working with youth and with disabled youth people and children for more than 2 years, and we know what we do and for whom.
Our team is Yulia Yatsishina is a team leader, Victoria Lois is a team participant, and Yulia Stadnik is our mentor, and she is the head of agency for local economic development.
We have our own secret formula of success. We are not just a bookstore, library, a cafe. We are all in one. We are a magic book house for the next generation. It is our unique social brand.
Welcome to our book house.
Thank you. Thank you, girls.
And as the first clients, you will get
your pitch
present.
is over. That's a smart move.
You did it by yourself? These sweets make our volunteers. Oh, wow.
Natalia, it's illegal to keep it.
Unless you are objective, even after that, okay? So please, girls, come back to the stage and answer the questions. Please.
Small question. Thank you very much for presentation. So I think there is such formats of bookstores, so you are not unique. Yes, maybe in your city it will be for sure it will be unique, but very nice idea. I like it very much, and but you need to work more hardly on your competitive advantages as a bookstore. Okay, so just networking, co-working, meeting place, but something more. Something you should be so unique that everybody would like to come and stay there and pay you money and buy some goods there, just to be a center of networking and everything. So this is maybe you have some ideas you're already planning, so please, we'll be happy to hear that. Thank you.
Of course, we have some ideas, and this is not not only what we do, because this is our.
We get that you have big ambitions, right, girls?
Thank you.
Hi, ladies. I'm very excited about this project because this is exactly a project that I'm doing in my community. So my question to you, you're taking the library concept and turning it into more of a social form, basically. Coffee shop, you know, that kind of thing. So will this project actually take place in a library? Because if so, just from my own experience in Ukraine, a library is run by the government where you cannot sell things out of that space. So you need to be very careful with that. So that's my question. Is it going to be in an established library, or is it going to be in another location? And you're going to take the library concept to a different location?
Yes. We're not a library. We a library, coffee, and place for intellectual relax and communicate. If I understand your yes, if I understand you correctly,
if I understand you correctly, our cafe will be in other location.
Thank you very much. I like this concept very much, actually, because to some extent, due to the new technologies, the libraries as such, they require some upgrades, so to say. And that's why it is actual. I have only a small question. What do you mean by branded sweets in the forms of books? It is interesting. Kind of, maybe it is another project, actually, to produce such. But you mean, for instance, to produce some sweets, branded sweets in the form of books?
These sweets made by hand our volunteers, and our sweets can have
different shape,
different forms. Yes, and this is a cake and a type eat me.
Okay, great.
Thank you for your presentation. You have a lot of energy. I have one question. Will you execute your project if you not win today?
Can you repeat, please?
Will you execute your project in the future if you not win today?
We have an experience, and we arrange various events for disabled people and for disabled youth and children. The last event was collecting funds for disabled children for presents for New Year.
The question was, even if you don't win today, are you going to do this project?
Yes.
That's great.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Працює. Це дуже добре. Включений. There are more than 280 million deaf people in the world, and they want to be an inevitable part of our society. Every parent, sister, brother, friend, they want to give something to their beloved ones to see, to hear, and to feel the world. So with the help of the project of our next team from Lviv, Hear, Watch, they know how to do that. Please.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, dear judges and participants. We are the team When Silence Here. And now we are going to present you our invention. It's called Hear, Watch. According to the statistic of the World Health Organization, the number of deaf people and people who have problems with hearing is increasing in the world and in Ukraine. 5% of the world population has disabling hearing loss. It's estimated that by 2050, 1 from 10 people will have disabling hearing loss. There are more than 2 million people in Ukraine who have problems with hearing. Namely, this problem motivated us to create a bracelet that will be an addition to the hearing aids and will help deaf people to adapt to the environment much better. So, why our bracelet? It has huge range of sounds, is convenient, has a lot of accessories, has affordable price, and vibration of it signals about possible disaster.
If you look at our device from the technical side, it consists of the screens that displays the image of the subject, action, which makes the sound. For example, here you can see some of the many sounds that our device can display. There are also details here without which our device is unable to function. It's a microphone, on-off buttons, and transmitters of tact and change connector. Also, our device allows you to do emergency calls by using special buttons. These components create a harmonious principle of the work of our device. The sound is captured by the microphone and transmitters of tacts in the form of vibration on the human hand.
Having analyzed the market of hearing aids and similar devices, which are our competitors, we see that since 2013 till 2018, and according to forecasts, the number of sales of hearing aids in the world is and will be increasing. Therefore, we can conclude that the demand for device for deaf people and people who have problems with hearing will increase. If to talk about our competitors, their technical inventions are similar. On this slide, you can see a table of the main rating positions of our competitors, namely convenience, price, quantity of recognizable sounds, and usefulness. The price of the bracelet is formed due to the price of accessories and other costs. Proceeding from the cost data, the profit from one device will be $20.
The path of our device from the idea to the realization consists of the components such as creating a team, forming an idea, active work on the project, presentation, the project in Kyiv and the USA, development of working prototype, and capture the world market. This project was created and being implemented by our Lviv team, When Silence Here, that consists of Oksana Stashkiv, designer, Anna Petroshin, developer, Nastya Kitek, business analytic, and Irina Zhukovska, adult advisor.
We see our market in cooperation between client-consumer, client-state. Having analyzed financial profit, we will promote information about our device in social networks, both mass media and groups of deaf people, etc. And we wanted to end with a quote of Stephen Hawking, who was a person with disability. Don't be
disabled in your spirit, as well as physically. Thanks a lot for your attention, and we're waiting for your question.
I'm first. Thanks. No, did you think that your costs, it's not only R&D costs, you need to think about distribution, marketing costs? In your model, you show us only $20 as profit, but there is no any other costs.
You mean like marketing, like advertising? Yeah, I understand you correctly.
Operation costs, salaries, and etc. etc.
If you talk about advertising, we will cooperate with a few organizations who works with deaf people. In Ukraine, it's We Workshop of Happiness, and to talk about Ukraine, it's organization Feel. In Ukrainian, it's Відчуй. And our first 20 or 40 watch, we will take them for free, just like to test them, to make some promotion, and etc.
Thank you for your presentation. A quick question: where are you planning to manufacture your watch?
In China.
I will take like a general, okay. In Ukraine, in Lviv, there are a lot of IT companies. There's a lot of IT schools, beginner programmer, and a lot of deaf people who are programmer. And we want to cooperate with them, and also like orange some office where we can like be like team and work in team and work for this.
Yeah, but we're talking about software, but I'm asking about the hardware. Like, where would you design, where it will be produced, the hard part of the watch? Like, details, design, деталі.
Де вироблять їх?
I understand the question, yeah. The sister of one of us, our participant, Hanusi Petrosyan, is Sophia Petrosyan, and maybe you know she created some for blind people. And we wanted to cooperate with her in their factory where she are going to create there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll Google her.
Okay, okay. Maybe a practical advice to the question of Bogdan, actually. I guess it makes sense, for instance, if you concentrate the majority of efforts in research and development and then produce maybe a prototype, yeah, and then you will find a lot of opportunity to produce it somewhere, maybe outside of Ukraine, and that will be the solution, because to build up a kind of manufacturing line will cost you a fortune, actually, and you will not be able to accomplish your projects so successfully. Yeah, that's as an idea. But basically, I like very much the concept of yours. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for your feedback.
Very similar question. Thank you very much for presentation. And actually, please correct me if I understood you correctly. So the your products will be produced for the factory of the blind people. Yeah. So blind people will produce or it's a normal, like, or it's like a ordinary factory who is producing products for blind people, and your sister has a factory there.
I think the second part was more correctly. Blind people will not do that, if I understand you correctly. At first we will create our watch on the factory where is making the products for blind people.
Okay, thank you.
I just have one question. So seems like a very personal type of business concept. So I want to know, what was your inspiration for coming up with this concept?
Developer of its product was Hanusa, but I'm sign language interpreter, so for me it's very personal, and I really wanted to make this like true, this product.
Thank you.
Does it work?
Modern medical treatment cannot cure everything at one place. On the one hand, we need a qualitative and effective way to help people cope with their serious injuries. On the other hand, we need to do it in a complex way at one place. Can you imagine a whole rehab medical system at one place? No? So our next team, RehabBox, will show you how to do that.
How often do you hear the word war every day? We hear the news of the losses of life in our military, but does it mean anything about the psychology issues? Infertility is topic has become less important, but 70% of the military who participate in the conflict have psychiatric disorders.
But who is to blame for such tragic numbers? From the fact that there is no optimal program for the treatment of PTSD for military and IDP, up to the fact that they do not consider the symptoms of PTSD as important. Our decision of sub-problem is creating the unique rehabilitation box that will have up-to-date equipment, will be maximally optimized in terms of quality and price. But what does it mean? You'll find out right now.
Yes, and I'm ready to answer this question. Our project is unique because for the first time in Ukraine, every possible certified methods of treatment of the PTSD will be collected.
Okay, how it really works. Firstly, the client books free for everyone consultation. After that, the client consults with doctor who determines whether the patient has PTSD and what causes it. And after which, if diagnosis is confirmed, the doctor will select an individual rehab program.
Why teams choose such a global issues? Every member of our teams is an active volunteer and everyone made social projects.
So, who is our clients and who will be beneficiaries? You can look at the infographics.
But does our idea really unique? We can make an example of already existing facilities. Their main problem is a big range of auditory that doesn't give the ability to give attention to the patient. Our competitors have some gaps in their own system. Instead, our project really covers all these gaps.
Okay, and what about our business model? We are considering 3 ways to make a profit. The first, the costs will be paid by the government or public organization through agreements between the side that will pay and RehabBox admins. The funds that will be received, we will direct for rehabilitation to the military who cannot afford to pay. Such beneficiaries will be able to apply at rehabbox.com, where they will be in the queue for free rehabilitation. The second, the cost will be paid by the beneficiary or his family. And the third, the cost will be paid with the money received from charitable contributions and affiliate programs. There is also a number of agreements with private entrepreneurs who are veterans of the ATO that they will give a certain percent of their own profits for making our rehabilitation.
This is probably worth a lot of money. No, the launch of the first box office in the basis on Veteran Hub in Kyiv will cost only about $45,000. And how much will it cost for our customers? One course will cost from $105. Why is not fixed price? PTSD can be individual. Only EMDR therapy will help someone. Other will need medicine, sleep, etc., which will include a check that will reach the maximum until $420. If we only take a minimum price, we will need to conduct only 426 rehab courses, fully cover in investment and return to the accepted profit.
So what will happen next after we make a profit? Our team has made action plan for the next 3 years. From March 2019, where we have already found investors and partners, to launching the first box in January 2020.
And what about partners? We are sincerely grateful to all who have already joined in the creation of such an important project in Ukraine.
And also, for us, it is important to win this competition because our project can make a huge social impact in 5 years. Namely, we will be able to help 60 to 50 people. 90% of them can cure PTSD. This is 56-25 people. This will reduce the number of patients with PTSD of the military by 38%, and our box will be able to receive more than 8 million hryvnias of profit, which will be fully reinvested for rehabilitation for the people from the queue.
Do you still wonder whether our project is really important? Before this event, we conduct the questionnaire for the participation of the Diamond Challenge in American House Kyiv. Employers for their hidden inclination for PTSD and found that from 22 respondents, 14 of them, which means 63% have a hidden affinity to PTSD, and this is probably that last events for you. Why you have to write down our contacts right now?
Make rehabilitation, not war.
Thank you. Dear judges, please, your questions.
I have some concerns. First of all, the idea is good. Before I go to concerns, the idea is good and is very actual for Ukraine, unfortunately. Yeah? I'd like to admit also a very solid level of preparation of promotion materials. Yeah,
thank you.
Prepared. Yeah. But the concern, yeah, I promised to come to concern. Yeah, and the concern is actually it is related. I mean, your project to the men's health, yeah, or human health actually. Mm-hmm. And I see also some medications, etc., etc., etc. And since it is a fact, yeah, I'm afraid that this project idea may require a very serious level of permits and approvals, etc., etc. And that the method to be verified, the method your suggestions, is rare box, yeah, may require a long row of serious consultations and, as I say, permits, licenses, etc., etc. And this may torpedo your idea, actually, before it starts.
Yeah, we agree with you, but we have two partners, as we said, that are professional doctors. They are professional psychological rehabilitators, and they are already ready to work with us. So I think that every consultation we will make with them, and we already made.
And I want one thing to say. We had all the consultations, and we can say that our system is proved by all researchers that are in the protocols, for example, British protocol and Ukrainian protocol. All our therapies are proved by science, and it's not, you don't have to worry.
I don't, yeah.
Thanks a lot for that.
Yeah, thank you for these questions and tip.
Then another provocative kind of question. Yeah, why they do not apply your specialists, your doctors actually? Why they?
We understand.
Why
this.
do they need you actually?
They need us because there is no system like us, and maybe we will be so innovation for them, so they will want to join us, just like this.
Or you join them?
No, they join us.
Okay.
Usually yours make some innovations, so why not?
That's true.
New generation, so.
So I have several suggestions. Great materials,
Thanks a
but in cost there is no taxes.
Oh, my God.
Yes, so please include taxes.
Okay, thank you for
yeah, but for salaries, for everything, so you need, and also for licenses. I think there will be, so no cost for licenses.
Maybe.
Permits. I'm agree, like it's, but it means like for the permit that you will do that, not just for the repair and for small.
Thank you.
Thank you for the advice.
Also, I would happy to connect you with the founder of Veteran Hub. And she's my best friend, so maybe you will be happy to talk to you and to discuss the project.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Is your box exist, or you just want to develop it?
So our main goal to complete like the whole rehabilitation in the one place, in the one box. But the methods that we will use, they are already used sometimes in Ukraine, mostly in Europe and the USA. So like we just want to make them in one place.
And I want to answer, we have 3D model, but we don't have any rehabilitation box right now. But if you look at our roadmap, our first rehab box will be in January 2019.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Maybe I can just reflect. It's not my field, not my topic, and like I have very little understanding on what you guys doing, but it was so fast. Like I was overloaded by information, and when I was like trying, like, oh wait, maybe I'll understand something there on that slide, but you already like clicked to another one. So for me, as a newbie in this field, was like just a little bit too fast, just like for you to consider.
Okay, thank you.
But I'll give you.
Thank
some
you for the
points,
advice.
Thank you, team, for the great job.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank
just,
you.
Please stay here. I just want to say that today is a great day.
Yes.
Not because we have the Diamond Challenge finals today, but because our participant, Lila, has birthday today. So let's just sing together for her.
Sometimes it happens when you need to compare like two happiness at one day. So I'm so happy to see you here and be here.
Happy
Thanks a lot.
birthday, Lilia. And just shine bright like a diamond. And as we say, the last but not least, yeah, this nice lady is gonna do it for the whole team. So, not many of us know that even right now we can wear clothes that can be made with the use of poisonous chemicals. It harms not only on people's health, but also to the environment. So we should support and seek new technologies for creating eco-friendly clothes. And our team, Spectrum, will show you how to do it.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Alina Maximova. Today, I represent the team of 10 people and our project Spectrum, which aims to produce color without the use of pigment to save our environment. Who has heard that almost 15% of the total population of the Earth will have allergy disease by 2025? It's scary. Each of you should know that the usual paints contain toxic substances, quickly fade, and has a high price of production. Therefore, we invented a new coloring technology that will not harm anyone, will be practical and entirely original in its use. The technology is inspired by the natural body structure of flowers, floras and faunas representatives. The Spectrum paints looks like a film with a sandwich structure. It consists of 3 layers of nanocellulose and titanium. The phenomenon used is technologies is the dispersion of light, depending on the distance between the holes made by a laser. The color can change. This distance is equal to the valence of the selected color. The technologies relates to the market of paints and varnishes. There are 4 biggest players in the market which produce paint in the old toxic way. They are our main competitors. We are going to take 3-5% of the world market and 2% of the Ukrainian one. For a start, we need $61,700 of investment. The sale will go in B2B and B2C sector through licensing and production. We plan to spend $5,300 each month. The total price of each square meter painted with Spectrum paint is just $5. 40% of the profit will be allocated in the environment, namely cleaning around the radius of an enterprise area. Spectrum technologies of paint production can be used in design, industry, and fashion sphere. Our main competitive advantage are cheapness, flexible usage, and hypoallergenic composition. At the same time, there are some problems that Spectrum team showed in research and development work. For sure, the paint structure will become more resistant to damage. But now we are searching for additional funding to lead a test in laboratory. The full implementation of the project will last for 5 years. But the main goal is to create an MVP for the next 2 years. This period is required for full testing of technologies and patenting. Sergey, Alexander, and me as a team leader, the project team consists of 10 specialists and scientists. Spectrum project is part of a large Novator Sciences union family, which seeks to solve the actual problem with the help of science and creativity. So, we truly believe that Spectrum project is an integral part of tomorrow. Therefore, today is the time to give up the dangerous coloring technologies and move on the environment era. Vote our project to live a healthy and safer life. Thank you.
Question? Feedback? Suggestions?
Yes, thank you very much. Really could be a very interesting idea. Of course, I personally had more about a new invention or something, yeah, rather than a business project, yeah, because the log frame of this project was not absolutely clear. I mean, the flow of the actions, how to come to the really commercial project, it was not clear for me. Yeah, I was very happy to see the SWOT analysis, which was maybe unique today. Yeah, nobody presented a kind of SWOT analysis, but I'm sure that everybody done it.
They did it, but they did not show.
I should tell you that there are some critical points in SWOT analysis, especially in the threats definitions, etc., etc. But in general, the idea is good, but please think about these practical steps you're going to develop from the idea to the bankable, so to say, project.
First, we can do experiment. If experiment work, we start производство.
Production.
Thank you. Who did invent this technology? You didn't say who did invent this technology. The name of
technology work distance.
One of team's member, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any patent of for this? No. And the tip, the research in the labs, it's not threats, it's opportunity. You need to. SWOT analysis. Yes, of SWOT analysis. It's not a threat, it's opportunity for you.
That's a suggestion, recommendation for the future.
Okay, I want to ask. You showed to us that you need $61,000, and don't you think that this $1,000 that you're competing for is just a drop in the ocean, and there is like this wouldn't impact your project almost anyhow? Like you're competing for $1,000. And this is not $61,000, you know, and there is big gap between those two amounts of money. Like this wouldn't start your project at all. I think I'm asking you.
We create credit and
maybe in Ukraine.
Ну, $1,000 – це дуже мало для, ну, ваш проект для старту потрібно вам $61,000. Тобто як вплине взагалі оця 1,000 на початок вашого проекту?
We can experiment.
With money. Lotteries.
That's their decision, you know.
Thank you.
Just very small, also commenting our colleagues about SWOT analysis. It's a great advantage from your presentation. I didn't saw it in any other presentation, so it's well done. And any help we would be happy to discuss. So maybe
checkbook. You're taking it out of your bag, right?
We'll have all our contacts. So. Would be happy any information, contacts, and everything. So well done, thank you.
Thank you. So we had 10 hour pitches for today. I would like to say good job to all of you. Now you can sit and relax, and you just need to wait for some time. Just one small remark from me. We spent with you 3 days for the trainings. And one recommendation that I would like to give you is that when you are pitching, just please pay attention to people around you. Not the papers, but people. Look at these people who are spending their time for evaluation of your concept, to give you their feedback, their recommendations, suggestions, help, anything. So just communicate with people around, okay? And now, thank you very much for your work. Good job. And let's just wait for the winners, who's going to get the prize. We are very excited, and I hope that you are too. So we have a break for you. And you, dear judges, there is Victoria. She is here.
Yes.
So please take your forms and proceed after Victoria. Speak? Yeah?
I guess you can.
Okay, thank you. So, we spent some time with our judges to calculate the results, but we are not going to hear them now yet. At first, we want to acknowledge all of you for your tryings, for your passion, for your talented approach, for your bright minds, and you really the thing is that you are doing it. So I'm very happy that you are here. I'm very happy that nobody forced you to be here, that you did it on your own with some extra help. And just know that I'm asking you just to use every opportunity that you have for your personal growth, for achievements of your success. And I'm sure that we're going to hear about all of you in future, not only in Ukraine, all around the world, all around Europe. I'm sure that if you are here and if our future belongs to you, we are in good hands. So thank you so much for participation. And we have for you just a small souvenir, small diamonds. We were talking today lots of times about diamonds because we are Diamond Challenge and you are our diamonds. So this souvenir I hope that it will stay with you like something more than just the participation in the contest, but just something more, new knowledge, new experience, new acquaintances, new suggestions, new ideas, everything new. So we have the certificates for you as a top 10 finalists in Diamond Challenge UA. I hope that for some of you it's already the achievement and you're gonna show more in the future. So Svetlana Goncharuk, please. First to Victoria, then to me, and you're gonna stand please here. Then we'll make a group photo. Our first group photo for today. Thank you. Victoria Жданова. Thank you very much. Bogdan Besarab. Show once again your amazing t-shirt. Promotion. Yeah, just say no to Mars and just say the name of the website where to find it. Andriy Botyan. Дмитро Стахов. Сергій Дурицький. Experienced participant. Іванна Мендель. Also one more experienced participant. Lilia Alexanova. Maybe just move a bit over there. Thank you. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Alina Maximova. Оксана Сташків. Сташків? Сташків, перепрошую. Артем Ночовкін. Янош Строганов. Марія Марчук. Please come here, please. Анна Петришин або Маш, це тобі. Приходь. Або Гануся Петришин, як вона завжди себе називає. Анастасія Кітик. Яна Маркова. Микола Киричек. Ірина Фещенко. Проходьте. Where is Люба? Люба, we're here. Мар'яна Йовенко. Юлія Яцишина.
Me first.
Вікторія Лось. Проходьте. These are our heroes, so let's just applaud to them. And now we're going to need some time for making the first group picture. So we're going to have a couple of them today.
Ребята, мальчики, спуститесь, пожалуйста, под сцену. Да. Девочки стоят на сцене, я про мальчиков сказала. Девчонки, если можно, полубоком, чтобы все поместились на
For winners. And we usually give the prize just for the one team, for the first one, and the prize is $1,000 and the chance to present the project at the worldwide finals and the Youth Entrepreneurship Summit, to take part in this amazing 3-day event. But we still want to acknowledge the third and the second place of the teams. And it doesn't mean that, for example, that you did not take the first place. It doesn't mean that your idea was worse than another one. It just means that something was missing, and I hope that you will use the feedback that the judges gave you, and you will use it for better and for your hard work in the future. So the third place goes to the team from Kyiv, and it's Project. We have a small certificate for you, but still, I'm happy that you were taking part in the competition, and I hope that it will motivate you, even that you did not win, it will motivate you for more. Thank you. Thank you. And the second place, when we were discussing with the judges three top places, the opinions were completely different, and the scores were different. I don't know, but they still did say that your two projects were just one of the best, and the ideas, they appreciated it, and they liked it, and they said that they see the future in these ideas. But the winner is just one, because this is the competition. And I hope that our second place will not gonna be sad, and it will do what they promised, what I heard from them, that no matter how they perform at the finals, they're gonna implement this project. And it's Riha Box. I heard what you said on the online session with Alina, and I hope that you would really do this idea, and we will see Riha Box, first one, soon, and just invite us for the opening, please. Okay? Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Yes, I think I should
just
take
take
it. Yeah.
And this is our main prize. Yeah, this is the check. But still, it's not the check that you can go to the bank and withdraw the money, you know. Just I am happy that we had all of the teams at our competition. And I know that you are all brilliant and you know that you will implement your ideas. But this team, maybe they were just better in something. Maybe they were better in pitching. Maybe they were better in creating their pitch deck. Maybe in developing their business model. Maybe in something else. Maybe some inspiration that our judges saw at their eyes. And here is the name of the team. I don't know why I started to be nervous. I see the name of the team, but you don't see. And I'm sure that you want to see it as well. This team will be the third. Okay, that's the fourth team that's gonna go to the United States and gonna present Ukrainian concept. And we hope that this team will show the best results out of 4 previous teams that took part in the competition on the worldwide stage, right? This team as well, besides just presenting their idea and their concept, this team, as I said, will take part in Youth Entrepreneurship Summit. I always wanted to do this, you know. But still, okay. I'm not gonna waste the time, yours, judges, guests, and I just want to say that I'm really excited to announce the team's name. Okay, so yeah, that's it. And the winner of Diamond Challenge Ukraine within the social innovation track is the team Pinkel. So this is your check. This is yours. Good job. You want to say a couple of words?
Yeah, definitely. Could we take them?
Yeah, sure.
So we are so grateful to all the teams who are pitching today, and during the workshop we got to meet all of you, and you guys are all so incredible. I mean, really, I hope that all of us will continue working on our project, and I really believe that the future of Ukraine is is us. And I'm so nervous. Really.
All of us.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I'm just so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you,
Do
girl.
you want to say something?
Vika?
Vika doesn't even want to say anything.
Yeah, say.
Thank you.
That's it? That's your win. That's your check. Just do with it whatever you want.
Yeah.
At first, group photo, and then you can do whatever you want with it. So, please just take your seat. Yeah, the moment is over. Yeah, we were waiting for this moment really for a long time, since September. And yeah, I'm sure you are very excited. Yeah. But I would like to say big thanks to our judges who got this very important and not easy mission. I'm sure that it was really complicated for you just to understand, to put 4 or 5, 3 or 4, 10 or 9. So I'm very happy that you are here. I'm very happy and grateful for your help. And I hope that you're going to share your impressions, suggestions. There were so many suggestions today, more than questions, suggestions. But still, we'd like to give you a word and just say a couple of them to our participants, for them not to be upset. Андрій Івчатов, справжній соціальний підприємець.
Can I be here?
No, here.
Yes, I'm real social entrepreneur. Thank you all of us for your inspiring...
В принципі, можете на українською.
Oh. Добре. Дякую всім вам за ваші дуже гарні доповіді, гарні ідеї. Я весь час себе зупиняв, щоб мої питання та коментарі не були дуже якимись жорсткими. Да. Я завжди забувався після кожної доповіді, що ви студенти. І це...
Школярі навіть.
Навіть школярі. Це вам... Ну, я такого не мав, коли я вчився в школі, був студентом. В мене не було таких заходів, не було таких можливостей, таких тренерів, таких менторів. Це дуже класна школа для вас. Цей досвід ви маєте зберегти та примножити. Ті, хто не переміг, я дуже вас прошу, не здавайтеся, продовжуйте працювати над своїми ідеями, над своїми проєктами. В мене є друзі, ми завжди того з нас, хто щось боїться зробити, там, прийняти участь в якомусь змаганні чи щось, ми завжди жартуємо, говорячи, що в нас появилася чергова очкова кобра чи очковий медвідь. Тобто, що я хочу сказати, не будьте такими звірями. Нічого не бійтеся, робіть. Кожна помилка – це лише наступний крок до якоїсь перемоги, тому просто продовжуйте щось робити. Ви дуже всі класні, гарні. Дякую вам.
Дякую. Почекайте, будь ласка. Ми хочемо вам також подякувати за те, що ви присвятили пару годин свого часу. І сподіваюся, що ви будете пам'ятати про наш проект і про наших учасників.
Дякую всім.
Давайте. Богдане. Інколи вам не давали слова. Однак зараз ви можете сказати все.
Дякую. Дуже приємно тут знаходитись. Я, як ви зрозуміли, взагалі тут випадково.
Ну чому випадково? Беріс сказав, що smarter, younger and more entrepreneurial.
До вчорашнього вечора я взагалі не знав про такий захід. І це дійсно дуже надихає. І теж те, що сказав Андрій, в мене таких заходів не було. І це дуже велика можливість для вас, для того, щоб просто ви зібрались разом і працювали над якимись проектами. Це реально надихає. Відразу скажу, що Бінкл дуже круті. Я в них зареєструвався на їхньому сайті і зразу отримав фідбек від них. Тобто на свій емейл мені прийшло автоматичне повідомлення, що вони зараз на виступі, що вони зараз виступають і можливо борються за свою, за продовження розвитку свого проекту. І це дуже круто. Хоча моєю улюбленою командою були Not to Mars, але нас було 5, відповідно. Ви теж дуже класні, і я вірю в ваш проект. Я думаю, що з точки зору скорочення споживацькості і з точки зору екології ваш проект дуже крутий. Окрім того, що це дуже потужний арт і соціальний проєкт, і я буду за вами слідкувати. Якщо у вас якісь соціальні мережі, я буду
Купите футболку?
Слідкувати. Так, я би купив
Перший?
футболку, реально. Крім того, що в Бінку я вже тепер як волонтер, так виходить. Хочеться сказати, що я тільки що ще спілкувався зі своїми колегами по роботі. Не знаю, можливо, комусь з вас цікаво, тому що ми працюємо в міжнародному проєкті зараз, і якщо літом вам потрібні будуть, ви будете шукати якісь класні нагоди, стажування і так далі, ми принаймні 1-2 людини можемо взяти на деякий період. Просто дізнайтесь більше, чим ми займаємось. Ми займаємося громадами об'єднаними.
Добре. Програма «Добре».
Програма «Добре», так. Наш напрямок – це місцевий економічний розвиток. Наприклад, дівчата по коворкінгу. Ми робимо коворкінги в громадах. Наприклад, у нас теж такі є напрями. З Зеленодольськом взагалі так співпало, що ми з ними співпрацюємо. Це наша громада. І ваша ідея з бібліотекою, вона може реально втілюватись. У нас є гранти, також молодіжні, тому будьте активні, не падайте духом, все буде класно. Ще про когось щось хотів сказати, але вже забув. Мабуть, реально в вас всіх вірю. Хочу ще вас бачити, хочу ще десь з вами пересікатися, було б дуже класно. Дякую вам всім за увагу.
Побачитесь. And look.
Oh.
This
Wow,
is not
you
Bari.
changed it. Thank you.
That's for you. Thank you very much for being today with us. Kelly, please.
I got my identity back.
Well, I first want to start by saying thank you for sharing this day with me and sharing your wonderful, innovative social concepts. Like, you should all give yourselves a round of applause. Like, really, you did a great job, okay? You've probably taken and overcome the biggest step in a business concept, and that's stepping forward and taking a chance. That's like the hardest part of anything that you can do. So from here forward, like, just because it didn't work out today doesn't mean it isn't going to work out in the future. So you need to just keep forging forward, okay? It doesn't happen overnight. You all have great ideas, and I know with your persistence that one day you'll realize those dreams. And thank you again for, sharing this day with me.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your day with us. And I know that it was not very easy for you to be here, but still, that's for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And Alexander.
Дякую. Я навіть не знаю, як до вас звернутися. Нічого іншого, крім дорогі друзі, дорогі учасники цього важливого процесу. Насправді це все надихає і заспокоює в тому сенсі, що майбутнє в нашої країни є. Я дуже вдячний вам за участь. В цьому процесі не було переможених чи переможців. Ви всі переможці, тому що ви є тими ентузіастами, котрі ведуть за собою. І ви будете вести і надалі всіх оточуючих своїм прикладом, надаючи їм дійсно натхнення в просуванні вперед. Звичайно, що не буває в світі такого, що з першого разу кожний лотерейний квиток, він є виграшним і так далі. Я думаю, що ми всі до цього маємо бути готові після падіння. Основна гарна властивість саме полягає в тому, що готовність піднятися і продовжувати свій шлях. Насправді було дуже важко робити зауваження. От ми спілкувалися з колегами і так далі. Хотілося з одного боку, знаєте, всіх заохотити, не розчарувати і так далі. От як представники реального бізнесу, скажімо, можемо порадити, що саме в тому, в умінні правильно сприймати критику, і вчитися на ній, воно допоможе вам не зробити хибного шляху чи заощадити ваші ж кошти чи ваших близьких, якщо правильно пропрацювати сам проект, і бути готовими для того, щоб до дослухатись до якихось практичних гарних порад. Це також є добре вміння. От, я дійсно дуже радий, що зараз є такі можливості, вдячний організаторам і всім установам, котрі дійсно допомагають Україні просуватися вперед. Це дійсно, вибачте, навіть емоційно це хочеться правильно сказати, але те, що ми не одні прориваємося, і я вірю в те, що у нас все відбудеться. І це відбудеться таки завдяки вам, майбутньому нашому поколінню. Хай вас Бог береже. Всього найкращого.
Дякую. Дякую за такі надихаючі слова. І дякую, що були сьогодні.
Дякую вам, що запросили. Запрошуйте на майбутнє.
Я обов'язково.
Ну все тоді. Домовились.
Тільки з іншого боку, так?
Бо не повірять.
Може, ми всі. Судді.
Наталя, може ви? Дякую. Добре виходить.
І зараз, ну це вже кінець, правда, кінець нашого заходу, майже кінець нашого проєкту в цьому році, нашої третього сезону. І перш за все, я б хотіла подякувати нашій асистентці Вікторії, яку ви всі знаєте, яка вирішувала всі ваші проблеми, збирала всі ваші форми, контакти і так далі. Тому дуже дякую, Вікторія. Дякую. Я вдячна вам дуже за те, що ви прийшли. I'm very grateful that you are here for sharing the moment with us. And if you are here, it means that you do really care. And I'm very grateful that you spent dedicated 3-4 hours of your time for meeting our participants. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Я б хотіла подякувати також, звичайно, вам, тому що без вас би цього проєкту просто не було. Тому я дуже дякую. Хочу подякувати нашим партнерам, посольству США в Україні, завдяки підтримці, яким ми можемо впроваджувати цей проєкт в Україні, надавати вам можливості навчальні, менторські і так далі. Дуже дякую їм. Давайте їм поаплодуємо ще раз. Дякую також нашим партнерам з Міністерства молоді і спорту, які завжди нас підтримують інформаційно і розповсюджують інформацію про ці чудові можливості в усі куточки України. And of course, big thanks to Peace Corps, inevitable part of our project. Yeah, so many qualified volunteers took part in this project, like as judges, live judges, mentors, advisors, trainers. Thank you so much for helping our teenagers. I'm very grateful, grateful to all the people that took part in our project, our trainers, consultants, as Alina, you know Alina, let's applaud to her. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, big thanks to America House Kiev. And I hope that...
I want to say a word. May I?
Oh, of course. Please come. It was not in this scenario.
I'm sorry. Я взагалі хочу сказати, що протягом останніх 6 місяців, здається, так, з вересня, ми з Наталією жили просто цим проєктом реально кожен день. Тому що, незважаючи, який день тижня, який час, мейли, дзвінки, будь-що, все це було завдяки їй. І я дуже хочу їй подякувати за все, що вона зробила для всіх нас.
Завдяки тобі також.
Так, тому що насправді без неї мене в цьому проєкті не було, і вас би також в цьому проєкті не було. Тому я дуже їй дякую за те, що вона надихає вас, відповідає на все, що тільки можна, на всі ваші мейли, дзвінки і так далі, тому що ви не можете в собі взагалі уявити, наскільки вона переживає, наскільки вона піклується, наскільки вона намагається зробити все ідеально, тому що за півроку роботи я зрозуміла, що це така ж максималістка, як і я, і ми в цьому дуже сходимося. Тому і хочу сказати дякую вам всім, тому що ви реально неймовірні. Всю ту роботу, яку ви робите, вона реально вам повернеться. І просто залишайтеся такими ж неймовірними. Я дуже сподіваюся побачити вас наступні роки, побачити ваші проекти, побачити реалізацію. І завжди пам'ятайте, що допомагати іншим – це важливо. І якщо ви в некомерційному секторі, якщо ви соціальні підприємці, робота іншим – це неймовірно. Це робить вас щасливим, це робить ваше життя краще. Так що не зупиняйтеся, вірте в себе, і це найголовніше. А ми завжди вам будемо допомагати і бути поруч, коли вам це буде треба. Так що дякую дуже.
Дякую. Мій партнер. Це все? Я дуже дякую вам. І давайте зробимо group picture з суддями вже тепер разом.